Now, let me tell you the
Tell
truth.
me.
The truth is, he got involved. He read Nick Pizzolatto's script, loved it, got involved, likes Carrie, but he asked for me to be in it. You never really do cop to this too much, but it was really like he wanted me to do the part, the other part.
I did want you to do the part. Did I ask you to do the part?
But no. But you asked them.
About
Go to Woody. They act like, oh, we were going to go to you anyway.
They weren't? Did I just forget that? Because I'm not trying to cover that up.
I know you're not trying to cover it up. I'm just trying to clarify it. It's because you asked, I think, because that's why I ended up doing the thing.
Right. That's going to be nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, Carrie would say, "Oh, I thought of you anyway." No, that's not
right.
true.
Yeah.
They wanted Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, they wanted Hopkins.
These are really dark characters. Really, your character is actually the darkest. Can we talk about his philosophy on life? The younger version of your character.
Mm-hmm.
A little unusual. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, he doesn't think life's really worth living. He thinks it's all indentured servitude to even be here. And as he says in one of the early parts is, what do I think we should do? We should quit making those children. All walk hand in hand into darkness and say, get out of the raw deal that we've created. He doesn't think that there's any reason or meaning. He thinks the meaning of life has been something that humans have developed to make themselves feel worthy. And the idea of any life after this life is just, you know, a man-made creation just so we can all feel good about our stint here on this earth at this time. And he just thinks it's all complete.
And Woody, what does Martin make of that? Your character?
Well, my character doesn't love that kind of philosophy, and
especially
definitely
in the car next to him.
Yeah. We have a lot of conflict over his philosophy, and my feeling like, you know, there's one point where my character says to him, "Let's make this space let's make this space a conversation-free zone or something like that."
But it was more
That's not
eloquent
right.
than that.
It's a little more eloquent. Yeah, but and you know, so
Den of solitude or something like that.
Yeah. My silent contemplation.
Yes.
A place of silent contemplation.
Forget I
You know, like
asked.
my character is so frustrated with him. There's no inroad to Rust Cole. You know, I can't get him to, let's just go get a beer and shoot and watch a game. And, you know, that doesn't happen. That does not happen with Rust Cole. So the level of frustration that Martin Hart feels with him is pretty high.
Right.
And I think it also contributes to some of the funnier moments. You know?
Yeah.
What is your process like, actually, as, you know, when you're working with each other, when you have these scenes? Do you talk about it a lot beforehand, or do you just trust that the other person is going to...
We don't talk about it unless there was, one of us was having a challenge with a scene or wanted to, after we identified our characters along the way, you and I would sometimes later on in the filming talk about, you know, I remember I'd throw lines to you and go, and you already knew Cole's vernacular, and you'd be like, wait, say that again, to what you just said, and I just riff in the car, and you go, that was really good. Mm-hmm. That sounds like Russ Cole. And so creatively, we'll go, you know, back and forth, and then you would say certain things, and I would say, you know, that I knew a guy like that lived down here in Louisiana, and that sounds like that so-and-so, you know, and we also checked in with each other about where, you know, to keep our own personal language out of it, or something that might be, you know, funny. You go, oh, that may be too much Woody, that may be too much McConaughey. You know, wait, is that Hart? Is that Cole? So
you were very careful about that. You know, you never wanted to kind of cross the line of something that wasn't Cole.
No.
But, you know, we also did a thing where I'd come over to his house, or he'd come over to mine on a Sunday night. We'd bike because we lived kind of close to each other, and we'd go and we'd run over scenes, and all that was, you know.
And write stuff and expound and say we're having trouble with this scene and wonder why. And then we'd work on it. We'd take it to work the next day. Sometimes what we had put down was Nick and Carrie were fine with. Other times, if Nick especially would have a problem with going, no, that's not wasn't my intent. He'd be wide open and going, okay, well, we're still having trouble with it. How do we get your intent in our words so we can make the scene work? But we did, yeah, we did that every Sunday because we had a lot. There were huge scenes every day that we had pinned. It seemed like, you know, a lot of times you do a film, you have a couple scenes, you're like, this is a doozy.
Yeah.
This thing had so many pins going.
So
this is
many.
every week. They're like, this is a whopper.
Yeah.
You know, how do we make this original? How do we make it true? And is this the best version of it? Now the writing was so strong to begin with that it was the obvious and easy launching pad for us to play with things. But you know, Nick always worked with us and Gary as well on making sure that it worked for them as well.
What did you do to decompress from this? It was heavy.
What do we do to decompress?
Did you have ping pong or something?
Bit to the mother's milk. No, we probably have a
We
little.
had some grape juice.
We had some wine, a little grape juice
Red
every
grape
once in a
juice.
while.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
you took your bike rides.
Yeah.
And then that one
we
time
were
you really wanted to
exercising a
rest,
lot.
so you purposely wrecked.
What?
So you could go.
Oh, we had a big scene that day. That was the one in the bar.
Yeah. Which is great in the
Yeah.
series.
Yeah, it actually,
Fucking great in the series.
it
And he
actually
was riding
turned
to
out
work.
better doing it later, I think.
And he came in flying off the levee on his 10-speed to work.
Yeah.
He hit him like a gravel.
I hit some gravel.
Gravel parking lot. No, there's no cement. Those pebbles aren't cemented down. So he came in hot, and he went down hotter,
Yeah.
and he left hot
Yeah.
and
Have
pissed
you
off.
recovered?
Oh, I was pissed
You're
off,
okay now.
man,
Got
because
some
I
major
knew.
scars.
Yeah, it was this. Actually, this was the scar from it. But at the time, it looked pretty garish, and
Yeah.
I had to actually go to the hospital. So I knew we weren't going to be shooting that scene. So that's why I was so freaking mad.
You suffer for your
So
art.
angry. Yeah.
You really do.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll give up a little skin for the art. For sure.